You know, it's hard to believe that one little tomato plant like this can cause so much heartache. But it does, because sometimes your neighbors will judge you based on whether you can successfully grow a tomato. So first of all, planting your tomato. I know most of us already have our tomatoes in, but for next year, or if you haven't, this is a vine. So what you can do is you can plant this deep. So if you would strip these little branches off like this, and then just plant that all the way down to here, because a lot of the problems that tomatoes have are uneven watering. So if you get it deep, it will actually root along there and allow it to get more even moisture. So that's number one. If you end up with the tomatoes that don't set, so in other words, they don't set the fruit, sometimes you can't do anything about that because you get really hot temperatures. And if you do get really hot, shading them helps. But sometimes it's just they're in a protected area. So if you have your blossom, and again, they're drying up, when you get a fresh one, give it a little tap like that, and that makes the magic happen. So that will help you set fruit. Number one problem with the fruit is the blossom end rot. That is that soft spot in the bottom of the tomato. And what the tomato is doing is the plant is borrowing moisture from the fruit. And that is because, again, that inconsistent watering. So calcium helps that. So calcium fertilizer, most tomato foods are going to have calcium in it. But here's a little trick. Some of that calcium deficiency is in the fruit, not in the soil. So it takes the plant a while for the uptake of that. So you can actually get rot stop. So rot stop will actually put calcium on the leaves, and you hit the fruit with it, and that probably is a little more effective. However, probably the biggest thing you can do is the watering. So what we tend to do is we get a tomato, and in the afternoon we see it wilting down, and we say, oh, that needs water. Well, the tomato is protecting itself, so it kind of folds down to shade itself. So main thing, look at your tomato in the morning, and if it looks like it needs some water, that's when you want to make the decision to water it. But don't overwater it and don't underwater it, because that causes problems. All right, when you setting them up, you know, the tomato cage, you got to stake them because, again, they're a vine. And this has become kind of the most popular, the tomato cage, right? So they go like that, and there's different sizes of them. The worst is this one here. How much is that going to hold up? Not very much. All right, so you want to get the biggest tomato cage you can. But if you look how these things are, the cone, you know, you have these things stuck in the ground. Well, guess what? And you all know it. The weight just will make them topple over. So if you're going to use it like that, take a stake and stake it like that and hold it up. Now, here is something that you can think about. Invert it. Put it on the ground, you get the wide base on the ground, you kind of tie that like that. Give it a try. It's a new thinking. Maybe you want to think about it till next year. But remember, you have to be successful if you don't want to get kicked out of the neighborhood. Have a question you'd like me to answer? Shoot me an email at askpat@wthr.com.